Welcome to another episode of the Pat Down. I'm here with Chris Spangalane and Dion Curry, and I just got back from Belize. Oh, did we have a good time? What
You're
I
not
didn't
gonna
know,
believe how awesome it was.
it was awesome. But you know what I didn't realize?
Oh.
How many black and brown people was over there. The people were, they were beautiful. I said, God damn, these black people beautiful. And then a lot of them look Hispanic. So I asked somebody, I said, why does it look like a bunch of Mexican and black people fucked over here? And somebody said, well, that's what happens.
I was gonna say that's usually.
You're not gonna believe the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
But it was beautiful. Y'all stay tuned after the music so you can hear about my crazy trip. Somebody gonna get married. Somebody broke up. It was fucking awesome. And if you get a chance, take your ass to Belize because you would not believe what goes down in Belize. Got a new fan?
Hey,
Meaning she has a new paper fan, not
for the audio
human,
listener,
yeah.
she's got a.
Yeah, it's gonna be on my website.
It's
I got two
Can you
people,
hold
but
it closer to the?
yeah, hold it close to the camera or have Nikea model it or something.
come in, Ikea. Come
Is it the
zoom
same on
in.
both sides?
It's
No, I
white.
ain't never on the back. Zoom in on that for me. Yes. Or you just bring the camera. Can't you just
No, I don't do all that. No. Oh
y'all
boy.
see I got a new fan?
There we go.
Make sure y'all go to misspatcomedy.com and get it.
Ooh,
really
that's all
nice.
leather outfit.
Yeah, the all leather outfit photo with the red.
That's too far. God damn. Now give zoom out some. Damn. That's it. That's it. Make sure y'all pick it up. How y'all doing?
Good. How was your trip?
Yeah,
I'm tanned.
I was gonna say you look black as hell. You look like you've been out in the sun. I ain't never seen you that dark before.
I know. I didn't realize we was this dark. I was this dark either. So people was like, what the fuck wrong with your skin? Black people do get darker. We do suntan and we do tan. So I got a nice little tan. I went to Belize.
Wow.
Yeah, it was actually really nice. Let me say this.
Where's Belize?
I don't know.
Is it Central America or South America?
Well, you're going to have to look it up. I don't know.
I think it's Central.
It's
I thought
pretty,
it was like the
it's
top
pretty
of
close
South
to
America.
Mexico
Okay.
because Gariana went into Mexico.
Oh.
Then it must be central then.
Belize is a Central American country, yes, next to Mexico. Kind of, if you've ever been to Cancun.
Ask me again and I can tell you.
Miss Pat, where's Belize?
Central America.
Like near Nebraska.
Did you go to Belize or did you go on a cruise?
No, I went to Belize. We flew into Belize City and I stayed on Cape Cocker at a place called Blue Zen Resort, which is really nice.
Mm.
And then we went over to San Pedro and the video coming soon. It was so nice. But let me tell y'all about my trip. So getting there, you know me, I always take a lot of people. So just in my household, I got 4, 5, 6, it's 8 of us. Then in Nikea with them, I think it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ashley, her wife, 15, 16. Then I took hair, my makeup, right? And so it's like 18. And then my friend Rotunda went. So it's like 20 of us, right? And so whenever I travel, I like to get in and out. That's just me. And one thing about me, I tell people all the time, I'm not rich, but I put every trip I do on layaway, and that allow my friends who can't pay right out, and along with me, because a lot of time I'm not gonna pay right out, to pay on the trip for amount of time.
Yeah.
So one thing I always do is get VIP. VIP is when you go through the airport, you escorted, and I mainly get it so I can get on my flight when I'm going to my gigs. It's just easy. I don't have to walk through the airport. You go down the side, and whenever I go on vacation, I get it for my whole family. Make a long story short, 18 of us going through VIP, right? And VIP is per person. You pay $500 for the first person. Then it's $100 each additional person up to 5. Then you pay the $500 again.
Okay.
So it's not a cheap. Huh?
Not cheap, but not crazy. So
Very convenient.
just so I understand, so when you fly out now, you don't go through like the traditional public line. You
No.
can pay to go through a different line.
Well, with VIP, you get out your car and they escort you through the line. So if anybody's standing there, they must stop.
Gotcha.
Well, they must stop, but they ask you to stop, and then the VIP get checked. It's kind of like when you have
Fast
clear,
pass?
Yeah,
huh?
Kind of like a fast
pass
pass.
at Disney.
It's like a fast pass,
Yeah.
but you don't have to walk through the whole airport. You go and you sit in the lounge, and then they put you in a Porsche, and they drive you on the ground. They drive you to your gate, and you go up the side of the plane. So you looking board before everybody too, and it's just convenient for me. And I've been doing it now for a couple of years. Well, make a long story short, I do it when I go on vacation because there's so many of us, and I don't want to drag the kids. But let me tell y'all, I almost got into so many fights. So in spring break, the airport is packed on international side here in Atlanta.
Right.
Everybody going on spring break. So 18 of us walk up with VIP. It's like 5 VIP people escorting us. Because there's so fucking many of us. And they asked this white lady, and I hate to say white lady, but they asked her to stop and let us through. Well, she was like, well, who are they? I said, well, who the fuck are you? So this lady proceed to say, no, I'm not gonna stop, and jump in front of me. And I said, ma'am, today is not your day, bitch. I said it just like that. Well, who are you? I said, well, I'm VIP and I paid for this. $500 per person is what I told this bitch. And I said, so what is your fucking problem? Well, how do they get this? None of your fucking business, white bitch. And the lady proceeded to push me, y'all. And
She
I
put her
politely,
hands on you?
she pushed me like, you are not gonna go before me. And I pushed her right back and said, yes, the fuck I am, because I paid for this. So Ashley jumped in and say, you got a problem? And I guess she looked up and said, well, it's too many nigga bitches.
I took one look at Ashley's. Did you say wife? Or is Ashley married?
So I can't fight both of them. There's
Two Miss Pats.
Yeah, and her husband didn't say shit, right? Because he knew she was in the wrong. Because
Yeah.
when they stopped her, they said what we was doing. And then she was like, "Well, how many?" I said, "It's 20, and you're gonna wait. If you don't want to wait, walk over to the next line, bitch." Because by this time, I'm pissed off. You bitch. Then she started running her fucking mouth. And I'm studying running my mouth. I said, well, what you want to do, bitch? Because we can do what you want to do. Whatever you want to do, we can do it.
What part of the airport is this happening in? Is
We
this
checking in. We
gate
going
counter?
through TSA. So when you go through TSA, there's a line that most people would clear. We jump in front of clear too.
Yeah.
Right.
And once we jump in front of clear, you go right up to the thing. You really don't have to wait. And so it was one guy who was there with his wife and 2 kids. And I said, sir, you can go on because it's 18 of us. I said, see, bitch, I would have let you went too. But you wants to be nasty. Now you're going to wait till all 18 of us check the fuck in. And the lady was just, no, she gonna push me out the way, and I pushed that bitch right back.
Well,
So
good for you for not whooping her ass.
I was gonna whoop that bitch ass. Well, and I always stress this. I'm not rich. I always put my trips on layaway, and I tell people all the time, there's a way you can fly the way you want to fly for a certain amount of money.
Mhm.
So I always put my kids in first class, but they never start there. I always buy a regular ticket and I watch the ticket. And if y'all don't know this, you can watch your ticket on Delta. As that bitch go down, you can move yourself up to comfort, and you can move yourself up to first class.
Mm.
People don't know this, and I hate to give out the secret, but I'm not a gatekeeper. I will buy my kids a ticket in the back of the plane, and as that first class ticket drop, I move them niggas up. And sometimes I get vouchers, I get my money returned, all of that shit. I'll give you an example. By the time we went to Belize, I think the trip for first class was $1,100. The back of the plane was $8. By the time we left for Belize, the first class was $800 and some dollars. So I was able to put all of my kids in first class. I just had to watch the fucking ticket.
So it just people don't buy the first class tickets because it's expensive, so they're available and you can just upgrade for the same price then.
Well, if you watch the ticket, you gotta say, hey, my ticket dropped. So if I buy them a ticket in the back of the plane and I see that done drop, 9 times out of 10, the first class ticket done drop too. So if I pay $850 for a back of the plane ticket, now the first class ticket is the same price, they're gonna bump me up.
Gotcha.
That's just a little secret that I learned over the time of traveling. So on the way back from Belize, now Belize doesn't have an airport like we do. It's a very small airport, very uncomfortable, just 1,000 to hundreds of people standing around waiting on their plane. You got to walk out to the plane. On the way back, my kids are in first class again. Well, Saisha, 10 years old, jump in the wrong fucking seat, y'all. And this white lady, I don't know what's wrong with white America right now, but y'all got me fucked up. And I love everybody. She walks in and Saisha is in her seat. Get out of my seat. I said,
she yelled so loud the mic went out.
That's how I said, ma'am, who you talking to? She's in my seat. I said, hold on, calm down. I said, Saisha, let me see your ticket. Well, they both first class, but Saisha had the outer seat and she had jumped into the window seat. So I said, ma'am, calm down. She probably just in the wrong seat. I said, then she started yelling. I said, first of all, ma'am, you ain't gonna talk to my motherfucking child like that. Now I'm turning into a nigga. I said, you ain't gonna talk to my mother. You're not the boss of me. I said, but I will kick your motherfucking ass right here on this plane. And neither one of us will make it out of this country, bitch.
Why are you yelling at a kid over that?
Literally.
Hold on, Chris. You're denying history of white America. That's why. There's a reason why people who act like that.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
There's
a reason why she's acting
that makes
like
more
that.
sense.
Yeah, that's all.
Because some people in this country think that black people cannot afford shit.
Entitlement is a motherfucker.
It's entitlement, and they think
who's the pro athlete, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they only think that we'll make it out of the ghetto through entertainment. Our kids don't go on vacation. Our kids don't have the life, and I'm not talking about to the people who listen to me because y'all are not like that. I understand that. I'm just saying America. Some of these people in America think that black people do not or don't have really nice things. So when they see you in first class with your black kids, and I hate to say this, I'm not playing the race card, they look at you sideways. And the way that lady came at my child, like, I know you don't supposed to be up here. And that's how I took it. And that's the way she was literally screaming at my child. And I said, hold on, bitch. You're not going to talk to my child like that. She in the wrong seat. Okay, you B and she C. She still is next to you. And once she realized that, she calmed the fuck down. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck if my child's supposed to be in the back of the plane. You're not going to talk to my motherfucking child like that. Get out of my seat. Then going to turn to me. You're not the boss of me. I said, no, but I kick your motherfucking ass right here on this plane, bitch. It's 18 of us. We will mollywop you into a nigga.
Anthony Mason Williams. Always fighting somebody.
I mean,
it sounds like it's warranted though. Like it just
people fuck with her every time.
It's just crazy.
I'm glad you didn't fight that lady who pushed you because I've seen what happens when people put their hands on you. And thank God I wasn't outside smoking a cigarette.
It would have been a different story. And I couldn't believe she kind of like, she elbowed me, like she jumped in front of me and I pushed her right on back out the way. And I was like, well, goddamn it, this is how my trip gonna start? This is how my 8 to 9 days in Belize gonna start? But once we got there, it was beautiful. The resort, I will say this, if you go to Belize and you stay on the Cape Caucasus side, beware that there's not a lot to do. I picked that side because I didn't want a whole bunch of traffic. I wanted to relax, but you need money to get on a boat, like a car, like an Uber, to go across that water every fucking day. And that can be very expensive because that's something I didn't know I had to do. So I didn't put it in people package. So I found myself renting a private boat for $800 to $1,000 per day to drive 30 minutes to 1 hour. I mean, from one island to another one, because now I could have took public transportation, but I was sick of that shit.
Yeah. So what kind of things were off the island that you had to take a boat to go do? What are some of the things you all did?
Well, we what we do, Nakia? We ATV, which that I didn't realize how hard ATVing was.
You should have him jump on a mic so we can hear him.
Nakia, he said you should jump on the mic. We ATV. I rented a catamaran. I guess that's a type of boat.
Mm-hmm.
And we took the kids.
Well, the first boat they tried to kill us.
Can you fucking come in here?
Oh.
we well, I would say this the first. So the first boat I rented. Let me back up. So the whole purpose of this trip was vacation. Then it turned into Ashley getting engaged.
What?
Right?
What?
Congratulations.
Yay.
She didn't even know. So the girlfriend called me and she was like, Miss Pat, if it's okay, I want to ask you, can I marry Ashley?
Jesus, the court.
I guess if you're lesbian, you have to ask
This
the
is
mom.
my-
You can't ask the dad.
I'd never had nobody ask before. Can you come the fuck up here? So she called me and I said, well, she said, I want to ask Ashley to marry her in Belize. I said, well, let me set up a nice dinner so we can get it done, make it nice and nice. So the first night I rented a speedboat, right? And then the speedboat, man, show up and it's 18 of us, 20 of us, and we fat and we get on the boat. And it was at nighttime, which I had never been on a speedboat at nighttime. So the boat started to get water in it because we was too fucking heavy.
It's a slow boat.
It was a speedboat, and then it was a towboat. It was the little
So
boat.
much water got in that motherfucker. It destroyed two of my cameras. I mean, I should have known it was some bullshit because he gave us this tarp. And he said, "Put this over y'all head." And so I'm like, "For what?" It was like, what's that thing when the pirates came over to steal that boat?
First of all, they try to put me in the back so I can balance the
Gangplank.
boat.
What, Nikia?
I said they try to put me in the back so I can balance the boat. Then that's when all the water started leaking in the boat.
Yeah, because the back was underwater.
So he gave them buckets and said, "Well, we got to get the water out of the boat." I said, "Fuck no, take me the fuck back." So we turned around. That night she couldn't propose because we almost sank.
Yeah, right.
Wasn't nobody in the mood for love.
How long before they started? Well, we got to throw Nikia overboard to save weight.
It was a boat captain. Don't know how many people he could put on his boat.
Go back. Yeah. It was about, we wasn't even 10 minutes away. I could still see our hotel.
Oh my gosh.
And it was, that water started coming in that boat and I was like, hell fuck no. Turn us the fuck around.
Anybody else getting wet?
Everybody was getting wet and we were supposed to be going out to dinner to the nice restaurant. So we turned around that night and I realized, I said, I got to find somebody with a bigger boat. So I called a lady who set up the travel. And then the next day we got a bigger speedboat. Okay. And then we took, we went into the city. We jet skied. We, what else did we do?
Jet ski. She pretty much ate on all the different islands. Well, we went on the tour to, what was that? He took us to. For the,
what's that?
I thought Nike would help her memory, but
no, we're about to sing.
Yeah. We went to what else did we do besides jet ski? We rented, Yolanda, what was that private thing we went to after we jet skied?
You said what?
What is that thing he took us to, the mines?
Everybody got the same memory.
What was the name of it?
Gary, I don't know though.
Yes, what's the name of it? That's fucked up. Can't nobody, and this is history.
We had a great time. We couldn't remember.
Yeah. Good grief.
I mean, it was so much going on different islands.
But it was Belize is really nice. The salt water will break you the fuck out.
Really?
And we ended up Gary, what was the name of that mine thing that we saw over there in Belize? Maya Temple. Thank you. He's the only one.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
So the kids got to walk that.
As a kid. That's really cool.
Yeah, they took pictures on it. It was really fucking nice.
He's telling us about the history, how they cut the head off the person and let the blood drain down everything.
Sacrifice temples, yeah.
You all should watch what's that? Mel Gibson made it, Apocalypto. Oh, it's about the Mayans. It's really good.
Oh, I might watch it tonight. So
subtitles. There's no English,
but it's worth.
Oh, I don't want to see that.
And they also got
you might not like it because you got to read because they don't speak any English in that movie.
Yeah, put up to it. So what else did we do besides jet skiing? We rented a boat. We rented a boat like 3-4 times. But we went to this place called Catamaran. Is it Catamaran?
Mhm.
It's a restaurant over there. So they have all the fish lined up on the street, and you have to pick it and then go in. When y'all see these pictures of the fish, I'm telling you, they had in that country, they have not one fast food restaurant. Everything was fresh. I ate my ass out, and I actually lost 5 pounds.
Wow.
Nice.
All of this bullshit we got over here in America, even the Coca-Cola tastes different.
Really?
Yeah, they don't got all the poisons in it.
Yeah.
You know what? You go over there and you's like, and then you don't be hungry. You know how you can eat a cheeseburger and 2 hours later, an hour later, you fucking hungry? You don't even think about food. And it was just so much over there to like just the tradition of the food. It was really fucking nice. And
Y'all
you
go
know,
on any like nature hikes or anything like that?
with all these fat motherfuckers.
I mean, you go to a country with a rainforest. I figure you might pop up a little bit.
They had a rainforest.
Belize has a rainforest. You should go to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
I think you would love.
We went to Puerto Rico and went in the rainforest in Puerto Rico, and that was really
Is that what Mexico?
It's not Mexico. It's its own country, but it's tropical. And all the rich niggas I play poker with, that's where they spend their fucking winters. Is in Costa Rica. They go down there. They come back a little bit lighter than you, but they be down there all fucking winter. And they talk about they love so much. It's cheap too.
Yeah.
You know what? Belize is cheap if you got a boat. And if you stay in the right place. Like I had to take the boat back and forth to Key Cocker. You know, I had to take and I had a lot of guided tours too. That's another thing that kind of made my trip expensive. So I guess if you rented a car, if you got on public transportation, it wouldn't have been that expensive. But I didn't want to get on public transportation.
Yeah.
So like when we left the airport, I rented a whole boat to take us to our hotel because you need a boat to take you from the airport to whatever resort you going to, if it's on Cape Cocker or if it's on San Pedro. But other than that, it was beautiful. The food was good. We had a good time. We did a lot of stuff. I can't remember shit, but we did. Like I said, jet skis. They went and swim with the sharks. They
you
swim
did?
with the stingrays.
Yeah.
The
Didn't I see some
stingrays.
nice-
They not they nursing sharks. We went swimming.
Okay. So they're not gonna eat you. Then the stingrays, do they have the Steve Irwin thing still in them, or do they take those out first?
I think they would probably have a minimum, but they was the kind. I guess I don't know.
Take the sting out of a ray. The nigga just ray in the water,
Just raying
playing
around.
music.
No, I don't think so. 'Cause we was like out there in the ocean, so I don't think so.
And it was so cool, like you can hold up food in your hand, and the bird will come and take it out.
Oh, cute.
And then you feed them. Then they started following the boat. So I got video of all of that. And then the lady was like, "Yeah, I want to see some sharks." She just started throwing like pieces of fish out there, and boy, they was all around our boat.
Oh, wow.
Feeding frenzy. Fuck that.
Yeah,
they got
Your boat taking on water.
Yeah, no kidding.
and they had this fish over there called hogfish. And it's like, and I'm not exaggerating, some of them were like this big and they were fried for you with the head on. That shit was so fucking good, y'all. Oh my God. Juma had something called ceviche. I'm probably fucking up the name of it. He over here trying to remake it right now. I think he fucked it up.
Oh, you don't want to mess around with ceviche. That is it where it's lime juice cooks the fish and it's raw?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He put shrimp. He put shrimp in it.
Okay. All right.
Careful. Yeah, he made that's all he ate while he was there. I tasted
They ain't eating a shark. He had a shark the other day.
Oh, really?
A fucking fish.
No, and he had a shark one day.
That was a fish. They don't eat sharks over there. It looked like a shark, but it was a fucking fish.
What was the food like? Like
very fresh.
Seafood?
Very fresh.
Do they have any like steaks or
Yeah, they had steaks, but you can tell the difference. You really could tell the difference. Even after you eat it. Like I said, when you eat steak and beef over here, it makes you very heavy and tired. Over there, you could taste the difference in the chicken.
Oh, wow.
And you could just taste like you knew being from America that our food was fucked up.
Yeah.
Because you know how usually you eat and you go straight to sleep? No, it don't do it. That food don't make you feel that way.
Have you been seeing the AI things out of China where they They've been making fun of Americans for being overweight. Have you seen those?
No. Oh, yeah. The cartoons.
Yeah, the things.
Yeah. The cartoons where they're assembling like shoes and they're eating Cheetos while
they
they're
got
doing.
white people looking down bad, bro. China whooping our ass.
China is thank you, China, for not including the black people in there, because we ain't got shit to do with that.
They put you in one that I saw, but it was at the end. This guy's like sewing shoes and he's out of breath.
But
I see one dude wiped his head with a cheeseburger.
Oh, that's
I really think our president don't fuck with the wrong country.
Yeah. Yep. You mean all of them? Every single country?
Yeah, but I think nobody's tearing into our ass like China. China's so pissed off with everybody. They even telling you the shit that you think is knockoff is actually coming out of the factory with the real shit.
I just seen that video.
They telling all the business. They say you ain't got fake shit.
I read yesterday they're not going to enforce any IP law in China, so now it's totally legal to just steal as much intellectual property from Americans as you want, which is the big problem in China, which is one of the reasons he's doing it.
What do you mean?
So Chinese spies will basically get into companies and steal the plans on how things are manufactured, or they'll like take movies and instead of DVDs of the Miss Pat show being distributed by you where you can make money, they just rip it and sell it. And so China would on some level go in and enforce their laws so that wouldn't happen under pressure of the United States. And then yesterday they said, we're not going to do that. Steal away.
Mm-hmm. He going to teach them a lesson.
Yeah.
Ain't none of them movies going to be able to make it out and make a dime from it. They're gonna
I've seen so many people who like, man, I voted for this nigga and my business is failing.
Did you just not listen to any speech that he gave?
One dude was like, I didn't know what Project 2025 was about.
I think you said that to me.
Yeah, you don't, because you don't read and you don't want to know the truth. But I just watched the sixth season of Handmaid's Tale, and that is exactly what white America want America to be. All about the gospel of God, all about raping women, all about taking everybody's rights and just making white men feel bigger than life.
Yeah, what's that? They're trying to get people so only married people can vote.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's the SAVE Act. So if I'm married, by me being married to Garrett, and my lead doesn't match my birth certificate, I can no longer vote. So I told Garrett, I would
you got to vote under the birth certificate name.
You got a birth certificate. Where have you been, Chris? That's why I was arguing with you in the beginning when I was telling you about your vote. I was like, they're gonna take all of our fucking rights, and that shit just passed the House.
Mm-hmm.
We don't.
You don't give it. What's his name? Oh, Melted Face was on Bill Maher talking about Trump gonna be president in 2029.
Oh, Steve Bannon.
Yeah, they not playing, man. They're not. I don't understand why y'all thought they was fucking around. They not fucking around. They told you what he was gonna do
until we rise up and say that we're not gonna accept that shit. Look at these marches out here where you got white people, black people like, we ain't getting that shit. Y'all did this to their country. Now go fix it. When you got white people marching in the millions everywhere, America got a problem.
I think it was 35,000 in LA last night or 2 nights ago with Bernie Sanders.
And then, Bernie Sanders went to the fucking kosher. What is it called?
Coachella.
Yeah, he went to that shit.
What the fuck was Bernie Sanders doing at Coachella?
Up there, he said, Trump,
you youngsters need to sit down and vote for these billionaires to give you some of their money.
Meanwhile, they paid $600 a ticket.
That's exactly what he sounded like to it. And he said Trump, and they go, boo.
He said, we have a president. Boo.
which is crazy.
He owe me $20.
Who, Bernie?
Yeah, he the last fucking politician I gave money to. I ain't get a dime back. He ain't do shit for me. I want my money.
Quick break. We'll be right back.
Takes one drop of shit to ruin the whole fucking ball.
He's not leaving.
He's not gonna leave. Why would he? He's bullying y'all out of everything. Like, no one stood up to him.
I would say this: they're gonna have to impeach him. Or pray to God.
What does that do?
He's not gonna leave. It's too. I told you. Once he gets back in there, he's not leaving until he dies.
Yep.
And you
Because
know, the thing is,
there's
the thing
nobody
is,
there strong enough to stop him. Like E- Elon can't even.
you know what? I kind of think, and I'm being honest with you, I kind of think some of the Republicans are growing a spine. Some of
Man,
them.
They don't have. It doesn't. His
No.
base. It doesn't fuck. The people who love him don't care about the bad. They don't care
At all.
I could shoot somebody. They're still gonna vote for me. Y'all need to understand what that actually means.
Well,
It
we
doesn't
got rid of.
as
Let me
long
say
as he
this:
says I'm doing good for you, they don't care.
America has calmed down white supremacists before. So I look at, and this is just how I look at
Niggas
life.
did that. Niggas ain't fighting him.
Niggas
There ain't no
will fight.
niggas left in the party. It's
Oh,
nothing but white people over there. There's no diversity in that party. The people who could have stood up to him have all been kicked the fuck out. They're gone. So I don't know who y'all think's gonna come in and save us, because it ain't white people. It'll be too late. Niggas ain't fighting right now. Mexicans had to go back home. It's just white folks. And they don't have a problem with this shit because it ain't hit them yet. But by the time it does, it'll be too late. You can't,
it's hitting them,
you
Dion.
can't put the
It's
wind
hitting-
back in the box.
Let me
It's
tell you
over.
something. It hitting them because if you and I think regular people is beginning to realize, even if they voted for him, it's not helping them because I'm a regular
It's too
motherfucker.
late. You gonna
I-
lose. He's
it's-
not losing
it's-
money.
Well,
You're-
we're losing money. I was just about to tell you just the other day, one of my accounts lost like $9,000 in one day. In one fucking day. So my friend was like, don't go look again.
And that's what I'm
And
trying
I
to say.
did.
So all the people who voted for him, they're the ones losing the cash. I didn't vote for this nigga. I've already lost money.
And a
What
lot-
I'm saying is the people who can fight him, they're losing right now. And they're not thinking about, oh, I need to fight this man. They're like, oh no, he just started. He'll figure it out. It'll be too late. China's not fucking around.
China's not fucking around.
They're not playing. This is not a game.
They're gonna come and enslave all of us.
There's no checks and balance. Like John Roberts isn't coming into the Oval Office and
Yeah.
wrestling him out of office.
There's no Kelly. He's got rid of.
He deported a guy to an El Salvador prison because he had an autism tattoo, and the Supreme Court voted 9-0 that you have to send him back. And he said, nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
Nothing I can do.
What are you gonna do? Sanction me?
I can't make them give him back. Meanwhile, the president is coming next week from El Salvador to see him. He could bring him on his plane, but he's not going to do that because he doesn't have to.
Trump don't give a fuck. He was golfing while them soldiers' bodies was coming back. He don't care. I don't know why y'all didn't know that, but surprise. And China called our bluff. And China knows that all their people are mostly Chinese, so they don't beef like we do. America's fucked. I don't see it unless they get another cleft palate sniper to shoot this man, which I don't see happening. They don't even talk about that anymore.
Yeah, that kid, literally nothing about that guy.
That man is somewhere sitting on the beach.
It's just I wanted to care, but I'm like, hey, we're fucked. People thought it was a joke. They thought it was funny.
Well, it's
that people's lives were being ruined. They think it's funny. I say it's not funny. It's not a game. You're losing money because you keep voting for bullshit. I just seen a thing. I don't know if it's true or not, but on Twitter, but they found his IQ test for when the military was testing. It was 73.
Is that bad?
I don't know if that's true or not, but if you look at the evidence of him,
93's average or something.
If you look at the evidence of him speaking, he talks like someone who has an IQ of 73.
He doesn't have the ability to conceptualize global trade.
He has
at all.
He has zero understanding of it.
Shipping, like Cambodia, for instance, or Madagascar. Okay, we're gonna get an even amount of vanilla beans back from Madagascar in return for cars that we sent. Like, it just doesn't.
He's just
no ability to understand.
No, but it's because it's America. Fucking idiots, man.
I don't think he realized what it took to run America. Like the allies that we needed.
People wanted him to run this country like a business, but he's a shitty business. Everything he fucking in charge of fails. Everything. It's not me making it up. That's the evidence of him being in charge and saying, I'm the final decision maker. This goes. And then it fails. Everything. He just sticks his name on shit and runs it into the ground. And white people are like, yay, give me more of this. Why?
And it's not Trump running things. The difference with this term is he's got people running things that know shit and they're fascists and like going
They
after
don't
these law
either.
firms.
Look at that lady. Look at the wrestling lady who said A1.
Linda McMahon, but the law firms, they're going after these law firms. So they're going after the law firms that have the ability to effectively sue the government. So now they're basically neutering anybody that can stand up for anybody who's having their basic rights violated.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because people in the administration who work for him know where to hit the government to weaken it. It's not Trump.
It was all in their plan. They told you
Yeah.
what they were going to do back in 2016. They told you. He barely lost in 2020, and then he mysteriously won in 2020. How the fuck you raise $2 billion and then just go sit in the rafters with fucking regular fans at Lakers games? Where is she? Don't even give me the
Kamala?
Democrats, man. These fucking soft ass bitches. They're not doing anything to stand up to this motherfucker.
You know what?
Leak some shit. Leak some shit.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what can they actually do right now?
They can leak some shit. They know what's going on.
I do think, but I think what is going to have to do with this is you have to have a plan. You can't be loud like him. You got to have a plan. You got to have your shit together. And I truly believe not only Democrats, look how many people that done, look at Media Touch, and all of these other people who's coming out telling us everything that's going on. So I do think people are working on things to get rid of him. I really do. And at least that's what I'm hoping, praying for. Oh, God damn. I can't. I'm so scared the Handmaid's Tale is coming. Y'all not gonna fuck my child. They not gonna do that. You're not gonna. I don't want to be in a country where where there's control. They talk about less government. And anytime somebody rob you, you want to call the police.
Who you supposed to call?
Well, you don't want nobody telling you what to do. You should take care of your own house. If the robber come in there and kill you and beat you, you don't want the government to be involved, then you should take care of yourself.
What?
I was like, I'm just gonna let her go, and maybe we'll figure it out along the way.
What are you talking about?
Are you
if
saying
somebody robs you, you go take care of yourself? You get in trouble.
The thing is that the limited government people are gone. The people that are in the Republican, they take more welfare than anybody else. It's Trump's people want a lot of government. They want more government. Like
they tricked everybody. Oh, we're man. I don't even want to talk about this thing. It's pissing me off so bad how stupid America is. But
well, this ain't the first time we've been dumb, so we're gonna get over it.
Yeah, but now we have apathetic niggas. Like before, America didn't have apathetic niggas. Now niggas don't care.
What's an apathetic nigger?
All these young black people who don't fucking care. They don't care about America.
Let me tell y'all what happened. So I ain't gonna say who it was, but I know this person very closely. So I'm going down their page and then they post, "Oh, I just bought my child a Tesla." So I went in their inbox because it's a family member. I said, "Why would you buy your child a Tesla? You don't know what's going on in the world?" "Oh, I don't get caught up into I don't get caught up in the politics." I said, "But bitch, you don't get caught up in the politics?" I said, "But let me ask you this. Do you know that those tariffs and where you work at is going to keep your company from getting the product that they need to keep you working? So you might be heading for a massive layoff because you make shit that people need?" I said, "So what are you talking about?" "Well, I just don't pay attention to what's going on in the world." That's the problem, bitch.
Yeah. And it's too late. People don't understand that.
I think this was to your point. This was the first election that it was like 36% of people didn't vote. So it was a larger share of people that didn't vote than voted for the Republican or the Democrat.
I'm just saying, young people don't give up. They literally don't care about anything. They will crash out on you and fuck. They don't care. They don't care about the shit that was important to us. They don't fucking care. All they care about is being stars. That's all they care about. These young people, they want to fucking go. I seen a little boy in 8th grade talking about, "I'm about to go live." How the fuck are you going live in 8th grade? Who are you going live for? Y'all all niggas is supposed to be in class. The fuck are you talking about? Why are you on Instagram live in 8th grade? For who? For
That's
what?
all they give a fuck about. They don't. These kids, unless you set your kids out and tell them what's going on in this country, they don't give a
It's a
fuck.
losing
They just
battle for every 2 parents that care. There are 9 that got to go to
that
work and don't have time. And it's
Yeah.
just it's we're fucked, man. I don't know how you can fix
Well,
this. You
the
can't
hardest
make
thing
people care.
is where's the leaders of tomorrow?
They all getting shot.
Well,
They
there's
all
no
getting
leaders.
gunned down.
Nobody's shooting them. It's just not any. It's almost. I mean, leaders are like really good entertainers. Back in the day, Michael Jackson would rehearse for hours. These bitches just get in front of they iPhones and they're singles and they models and they dancers and they
I'm an
actors.
influencer.
Yes,
I think the
everybody's
big
a fucking
difference is
influence.
like, the DA that we had on, she's a leader, but I think 30 years ago you would have more like in-person community, so you'd see somebody like that in your community, they'd be a leader. Now everything is just on a screen, and so we look at like an entertainer or
You have to
whoever.
understand
Mr. Beast is
how do
a
young
leader.
people want to get their message? They don't want to hear from people like
No.
they don't fucking want to
They don't
hear
want
that
boring
shit.
things.
Yeah,
Entertain
you gotta
me.
find a way to fucking capture their short ass attention spans and make it cool. Like, we're not doing that, and they're not involved in shit to where it would be somebody of their ilk to make it. Oh, I'm gonna be the standout young political person who's getting all these young people to pay attention. They don't. People don't fucking care. I'm just trying to get this bag. There's a reason why these pop the balloon shows are so fucking popular. It's like people don't care.
They
I
don't
wanna
like
be
that one Netflix
entertained,
just reviewed.
period. I don't want to hear about what's going on in the world. People don't care.
Yeah.
Because you feel like there's nothing you can do.
I'd say like on the right, it is cool to be political, and there are so many political influencers who are trying to drive a message. I mean, it goes to the Rogan argument that's been happening, where Douglas Murray went on Joe Rogan and said to Dave Smith, like, who the fuck are you? Like, why don't you take any responsibility for what you say?
Who did that?
Douglas Murray just went on Joe Rogan and opened the podcast by looking at Joe Rogan and saying, why are you only telling one side of the Israel-Palestine? Why aren't you having enough voices? Why isn't this more balanced? Don't you take seriously your responsibility? And Dave Smith and him just kind of fall back into that I'm just a comedian thing. It's like, well,
who's he supposed to have? Let me be quiet.
All right.
Let me be quiet.
Yes, but
because we've heard the story out of Israel for how many years?
I want to ask, because here's what I want to ask you, because you see a completely different algorithm than I see. Like, I don't know what this balloon thing you're talking about. Like, when Pat and I talk politics now, I don't know what she's talking about, because she's fed a completely different wall of things than what I'm fed. And I'm more on the right, and I see like young people driving into politics in a way that they weren't 10 years ago. So is that not happening on the left? Because 10 years ago, during the Obama era, it was the left was energized
the
about
left
politics.
just lost a huge election and didn't put up a fight. So young people look at them and go, oh, y'all a bunch of bitches. Y'all don't really care. Y'all sold us a bunch of lies. Y'all told us to go do all this shit, and we still took an L. And it doesn't look like you even care. Cory Booker talked for 24 hours and didn't say a motherfucking thing.
But what would caring look like? Like Cory Booker, I'm sure if you asked
fighting
him,
back on fucking Steve Bannon, going on Bill Maher and saying, yeah, he's going to run a third. Like, there's supposed to be consequences for treason. That's true. You cannot do that.
Well, I would say this. I don't know what's going on his timeline, but I do see a lot of people fighting back against those things. I see a lot of people fighting back against. I haven't heard about the Joe Rogan thing, but I see a lot of people fighting back against on everything that Trump does, or reporting about it, or talking about it. That's how I found out about the marches. So
I almost think that's, and he's doing so much that, like, I hadn't heard about the SAFE Act. Like, it just,
there's no way you can hear about the SAFE Act. When I mentioned that to you, well, I didn't use the word SAFE Act. What I said to you is that they're gonna take our rights. I said this to you back when I got really pissed off at you when I was trying to tell you to vote with me. And I said, I said, you have a wife and you have a young daughter in their house. Whether you believe in abortions or not, abortion should be every woman's choice. It should not be no white man or no man trying to tell us what to do with our body. And I told you way back when she was running, I said, I know you don't vote Democrat, but they're trying to take our rights little by little. I came to you on more than one basis, Chris. And what you said to me was, you can't bully me into voting the way you want me to vote. I said, if you don't think about anything, think about you have a wife who have given birth to a baby to you, and you also have a daughter that you raising. Even if your wife have 9,000 babies by you, your daughter might not want to grow up and do the same thing. I said, so these people are literally trying to wipe away all rights one by one. And that's what I went to you and said. And it went in one ear and came out of another one. And your words to me was, you can't bully me into voting. And only time I ever said something to you about voting Democrat was when they was talking about when that whole Project 2025, which none of us really read, was one of the things that really caught my eye was women's rights, abortions. Now this whole thing of taking our rights if you're married and your name don't match. All it is taking the woman back to the 1930s or the 20s or when we couldn't vote, when we couldn't get our own credit cards, when we only had to fuck men and cook for them and clean the house. And that was white woman did, and we cleaned, and black women cleaned up behind her. That was one of the biggest things I kept ringing in your ear was they trying to take your daughter's rights and your wife's rights. But you being a comfortable white man, you looked at me and said, I'm gonna vote however I want to vote. And that's your right. And I respect that. But as a woman who has four other females in the house, who has never given birth, who has never been married, and then you're gonna come along and you're gonna make all of these rules to say that I don't have a choice over my body. As a woman, you can't imagine how that makes me feel. Or any other woman who wants rights over her body. Nobody in this world should be able to tell me what the fuck to do with my body. Nobody. If I want to kill 10 kids, that's between me, the baby that died, the daddy, and God. It ain't between no Congress. It ain't between no Senate. It ain't between no president. It ain't between man. Nobody should tell a woman nobody should tell anybody what to do with their body. If you want to go cut your dick off and make a pussy or don't put nothing there, that's your body. And you should have a right to do what you want to do with your body. And that is the shit that pisses me off the most about this whole thing. A whole bunch of other shit too. But when you come down to, and it's, the way these sneaky racist motherfuckers doing it, they just sneaking it in one by one by one by one. How the fuck you gonna tell me I can't vote because I married somebody and changed my fucking name? So what do you want me to do? Divorce this nigga so I can vote?
Nope, he
Because
gets to
that's
vote,
what.
and you have to convince him to make your vote his vote. That's what they're basically saying. It's like, no.
No, I'm not gonna convince him. I'll divorce him first and go get my name back. Because I'm gonna have that fucking right. Because eventually, if that worked, they're gonna say, oh, it has worked. When you married, you're at one. Your vote is as one. It's taking your fucking rights. And who they gonna take it from first? Women of all races. Because white men are weak and they want that control. Like I said, this whole abortion thing is, and I said in my stand-up, it's not for black women. It's because white women are mixing races and they hate it. They fucking hate it. I'm sorry the dick is bigger on the other side, as they say. It ain't my fault. And I don't know if the dick is bigger on the other side.
Not always.
Not always. But for you to say and say you're gonna take our rights, the next thing is gonna be is you're not allowed to date outside your race, and that's only nobody else cares about dating outside of your race like a white man do, like a fucking white man. They're the only one worried about mixing races.
I know a bunch of don't bring no Person home
Well, they
can't eat
say
their
that shit.
home.
Let me say this to you. Let me
I've
say
heard
this
that
to
a
you. Look,
lot.
we hear that, Dion, but once you really bring that person into the house, the black mama calm down. Because the black mama is like everybody mama. We talk that shit, but when we find out, no matter what color that person is that really loves my child, that's all we give a fuck about in the end. We might be a little upset. Some of them, not me, I don't give a fuck. Some of them might be a little upset, but black people is some of the most forgiving people in the whole wide world. Because we're one race that been stomped on, rolled on, beat on, and we still get up and pray with you and be your fucking friend.
Yeah, I think that's what's getting us killed.
I mean, that's probably it is being too fucking nice.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that my whole thing is this whole woman right shit. So you want to take off, and then if you give them that, they're gonna take more. It's gonna come back down to mark my word. They're
But
gonna say you can no longer date outside your race.
people
Watch
think
what
it's
I say.
political, but it's not. You're the neighbor, the lobbyist. He lives next to you. That guy who works for the company who gets your job shipped next door. So it's like these are our neighbors. This is what I was talking about in China. Like in China, everybody's Chinese for the most part. So whatever benefits a Chinese person benefits everybody. But in America, it's if you're not a white Christian nationalist, you gotta answer some questions. And
Yeah.
it's like that doesn't benefit anybody but the white Christian nationalists. And I'm telling you, young people do not seem to care. They don't care.
Well, I would say this. I've
Yeah, do they?
a lot of them are waking up to what's going on in the world. Like I follow quite a few young white males, and I follow two guys that say they used to be racist, and they sat down and had a conversation, and they realized they was brainwashed from childhood. Because whatever you learn, hatred is taught, y'all. Nobody's born racist. Nobody's born prejudiced. Nobody's born hating anybody. You can see a baby. They don't give a fuck. A baby will go play with a spider because they don't know no better. They just want everything to make them happy. All of this shit is taught. So when you have kids, like I saw this Hispanic guy on TikTok in the grocery store. He tell this other Hispanic guy, get the fuck out of our country. And he's drunk. And then the kid talking the same shit to him. And I'm like, you got broken English too. Well, I'm looking at this Hispanic man who probably was born in the United States of America, still got broken English or legal, but want to tell the man, other Mexican guy who he think is illegal, you illegal, you came here to kill us. That's brainwashing. So that kid is repeating what he hear the daddy say.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm telling you, it's hatred's taught. It's taught. And this
I
woman
gotta
like shit
there's
is just it's killing me. It's really it's painful. It's just
Why do you think that they want to take people's ability to vote away?
It's control. No, Pat is 100% totally right. It is predatory. It's control. It's fear. It's propaganda. Other than just having the right to kill 10 children, I don't agree with that, but everything else I agree with.
but it's not your choice. It's not your
You
baby.
want to live in a world where like that's just like a crazy statement.
It's
Pat.
not. It's the question isn't whether she should do it. It's whether she should be able to do it.
It's about power. That's what it all comes down to. It's
Well,
not.
here's the thing.
We
How
get
do
trapped
you
in-
get to have the power over someone else's body based off what you believe in your life? That makes no sense.
So you
I
saying
should
you
not
don't
be able to
think a
go
woman-
into your house and say, because I was taught this as a kid, that what you're doing is wrong, and I should be able.
morally, I mean, just from a moral perspective.
Your God told you all you need to know
have,
about that. He told you mind your business, love your neighbor, and that's the end of it. What are you talking about? What did
They too
God
busy-
tell you to do?
they
Love
try
your
to-
neighbor as yourself. Whether or not they're doing what you're doing, he didn't say love them conditionally based on what you, he said love them as you love yourself. Period.
So let me ask you
That's
this.
the end of it. So
Kill
I don't
me.
understand when y'all say, oh, you can't do that. My God says you can't do that.
Let me ask you
told
something.
you not to do it.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask y'all something. So if Chris said, he agree with everything except abortion because this is my body. So do you disagree with people who decide to turn who transitions?
No, I hosted like the third ever trans podcast because my best friend became trans in 2013 and we had a podcast and I wanted to understand it. Like, I think if anything, I have shown repeatedly I'm interested in trying to understand other people's viewpoints.
I saw you the other day ask something online and you said somebody explained this to me elementary. What was it?
I think it was about the law firms because I don't understand exactly what's going on with the law firms, like how a president can force a law firm to give him 500 free hours of like legal work. Like how does a president have the power to do that?
You don't supposed to have the power to do that.
It's yes.
I told you he killed all the people. He got rid of all the people who were going to stop him. He learned the first time when John Kelly and them was like, "Hey, stop doing that." You make. He's like, "All right, I got something for y'all ass." And everybody thought he was just fucking around. I don't know why, but everybody thought he was just kidding. And it's like the dude is not. He lined himself up with clear white supremacists.
Like Stephen Miller has stated,
he's not fucking around.
Yeah,
he's literally losing his hair to look the part. So it's like they're not these people, and Trump doesn't know, like I said, because he's so fucking retarded. He doesn't understand the plan. He's just the guy in front.
He wants the power. He wants to be in charge. He wants everybody.
They placate him, but he doesn't know what's going. He doesn't know what they're. That's why when that shit leaked about the text messages, he didn't even fucking know.
No, he said, you wouldn't believe all these countries calling and kissing my ass. Like he bragged about that. That's what it's about for him.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the real people behind the scenes who are actually fucking white Christian nationalists are doing all the heavy lifting. And it's just like people don't seem to understand that this shit is not, it's not a game. What they mean, every single word that they say. It's not a debate. The best way
to consolidate power is to have an economic crisis. Like this is what is crazy because this is what the Tea Party people were all screaming back in the day about Obama. Like Trump is the president that they were all warning about, and they're the ones who are implementing all of this. Like Trump is consolidating power in 100 different ways in less than 100 days. And he is, everybody knows what tariffs do to an economy. I mean,
what do he want us to do? He want the people of America to come and beg the White House for bread?
He is, if you create an economic crisis and you weaken the United States militarily, economically, just from a cultural, from a societal perspective, we are as weak as we've ever been in my life. He is the King Midas, but of shit. Everything he touches turns to shit. And so I don't care if it goes back to the question that you and I talked about. What is the end result? Whether Trump intends to create these crises to consolidate power or he is just dumb, the end result is that the people around him are going to consolidate power. That's what the unitary executive theory is about. That's what the law firm things is about. That's what attacking voting rights is about. It is about consolidating power under the executive to stay in office. And only I can solve the problem that I created when I put these tariffs in place.
Well, he can't even solve.
We had inflation. He wrote 3 stimulus bills that caused the inflation. Like, I mean, this is where I look at it, and I wrestle with my own beliefs as a libertarian a lot of times because I'm like, every economic crisis that we've had has come at the hands of a Republican.
Oh, like finally,
every single one, right? Like,
you admitted it. Okay.
So at what point do you
start voting Democrat?
I voted for more Democrats this election than I voted for Republicans or Libertarians.
You didn't vote for the black woman.
I did not vote for president.
But it wouldn't have mattered here anyway. It doesn't matter.
You can't say that because I was just talking about y'all today before I came over here. It does matter because Obama won Indiana.
I voted for more Democrats because I want to check on Republican power in Indiana. That's why I voted for more Democrats.
Well, ain't they having some problem with the governor there? What's the governor or the mayor? Somebody acting the fool there?
Well,
Isn't
the
that y'all
Diego
guy who
Morales.
told the guy in the elevator he's dumb?
Oh,
Wasn't he?
that's Senator Jim Banks. I mean, we have a whole list. So there's the
was gonna
Secretary of
say.
State, the Senator, the Lieutenant Governor. There's always all kinds of problems here.
But wasn't he
thought
from
I would ask
Indiana? Told the dude he was stupid.
Jim Banks, congressmen always have somebody with a camera
Was he from
following them, trying
Indiana?
to get them on tape. And so instead of being gracious and saying no comment, he called him a clown and was
I
a
know
jerk.
what he did. I asked you, was he from Indiana?
Yeah, he's from Indiana. He's the junior senator here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told him he lost his job, and he was like, "Well, you seem like you stupid enough. You should have lost your job."
Yeah,
Some
you're a
shit.
clown. It's just like, well, I don't want my kids to be like that guy. Like, come on.
Well, that's the history repeats itself, and I say that all the time. We're in the 50s, y'all, and we're gonna have to fight our way back out of this shit again. And that's just
Yeah, good
let's
luck.
just
He ain't leaving.
he.
He ain't leaving.
No, but the man is 78.
Don't matter.
If this podcast has taught me nothing, white people don't like being uncomfortable. And I think that is you, Dion, especially pushing that, like noticing that in white people and in myself.
Y'all don't know how to
The-
move. Y'all
the-
have
the
no
dis-
idea
the
what to
discomfort.
do. Yeah, you have no, because you've never had, everywhere you go, you're comfortable because everywhere is designed for you in your mind. But in reality, that's not how the way the world works. And China's finna show your monkey asses what it's about to be. Y'all picked the wrong fucking people. There's 2 billion of them. And they all Chinese. I don't understand why y'all don't fucking get that.
Y'all don't know. You ain't gonna know who's hitting you across your
mouth. And then 13% other, and then like y'all don't seem to understand that the rest of the world sees y'all the way y'all are, not the way you see yourselves. It's not a fucking game. Y'all think y'all are fucking Teddy Roosevelt. You're not Teddy Roosevelt. You're fucking Donald Trump. He's an idiot.
Wait a minute. Are you saying the
learn.
Chinese gonna come over here and whoop Chris ass?
It's too late.
No, I think he said my monkey ass.
I'm telling you, they got the money already. They own our debt. If China really wanted to escalate some shit, we're going to lose. The only thing we can do is bomb them. That's the only thing we can do.
And they ready for that too.
To that point, so everybody talks about the debt, the deficit, all that junk. What caused Donald Trump to put that 90-day pause on?
China would take his phone call.
No. It was a Jamie Dimon, the head of Chase, going on Fox News to deliver a message to the president that a foreign country was selling our bonds and crashing the bond market, and it was Japan, allegedly, because like they're of that 36 trillion, it's like 13 trillion of it is owned by foreign countries. They have the ability to completely destroy the American economy at any single moment.
Anytime they want to. And look, they have been in Africa for 20 years. America's going to find out. I'm being nice.
China for 40 years has gone around the world and built stadiums, built roads, built.
Can you
good
imagine?
And we've been bombing.
Clean this shit up. Even if
with what? Americans don't even like Americans. That's my whole point. It's like China has taken our money and improved their country, and then went out into the rest of the world and told them, hey, y'all don't gotta fuck with America no more. We got y'all. Because them motherfuckers has been tripping, if we're being honest. And then when you compound it with the shit that's going on in Israel right now, you really get to expose what's been happening in the government, where our fucking money has gone. It's like, if America is, we're not as educated as we used to be. We're not as talented as we used to be when it comes to industry, and we don't make anything fucking here. So all the jobs, they need 100,000 people to work on engineers to work on submarines. Like, we can't even build the shit we need because we don't have the people. We get all of our skilled labor from other countries.
Reagan, at one point, my wife was teaching Chinese kids through a service called VIP Kid. And so she would stay up overnight and teach kids in China, usually pretty well-off kids. Their parents hire through VIP Kid to teach them English. and they would be up at 5 a.m. being tutored on how to speak English. And then they would go to a full school day. Then they'd have more tutoring on STEM usually. And then on the weekends, they'd go to military camp. And so your average Chinese kid, and if you look at their TikTok, it's all STEM.
Yeah, it's a
It's all
positivity.
learning.
Yeah.
It's positivity. It's reinforcing their own version of nationalism, because there they have what I think a lot of people in this country want, which is top-down control of messaging to make you think the way I want you to think. And in China, like, they are constantly thinking about how do we, as a nation, overtake every other nation.
Because we're all Chinese. That's my whole.
Right.
And America does not look. We do not look at each other as Americans. I see you as a poor nigga, not an American. You a poor nigga. Get your poor ass away from me.
That's what, like, the airplane thing.
China's like, yo, you Chinese and poor. We got you.
That's exactly what I was about to say, Chris.
I'm. It just doesn't even register. Like, I don't ever have that. You come to the podcast probably once a month with an experience like that. I never in my life have an experience where somebody, like, if I'm sitting in a seat, somebody goes, oh, sorry, pardon, we're in the wrong seat. Like, it just, like, that, to me, that person is mentally deranged that she would be yelling at your daughter.
No,
like, that person is so, like, she just treats Black people that way. Like, that's what
I need you to
blows my
understand.
mind.
That's how America has. What do you
know.
think what happened when we went over there the first time? Like back in the 1800s, and we fucking man. I don't understand why white people don't realize y'all have been whiting it up for a very long time, and it always catches up to you. Like, you cannot bully people and have no substance behind you. We've always talk softly but carry a big stick. Well, everybody got big sticks now.
Yeah.
And they're all Chinese, and they have a history of hating you for carrying that big ass stick, because you've shown the world, thanks to Israel, how much of a foolish bully you are. And it's like, yo, I don't understand. Financially,
think about it like this. We were supposed to be their allies, and in the midst of being their allies, look what we did to them. So
this is,
why would they trust us again?
The King Midas of shit. Trump has, like, if you're a conservative, you look at Pierre, I can't, Poilievre, who's the conservative in Canada, who's like this free trader, very pro-American, like, wants to do deals that benefit American manufacturing, Canadian manufacturing, like, and he's like very Reagan-esque. And he was going to win because the Liberals have been in charge for 10 years and it's not going well, which is why Trudeau got kicked out. And now, because of Trump, the Liberal Party is going to have 4 more years. He's the candidate, and forgive me, I forgot his name, but he's like giving war speeches. He's talking about American greatness and American economic power in past tense, like the Prime Minister of Singapore, another ally of ours. All of our allies are talking about America's greatness, its economic power, its cultural power in past tense. That's not China. That's not Russia. That's not our enemies. That's the people that I would bet you 40 to 45 states in America, their number one trading partner is Canada. Like, jobs are dependent. The magazines you read are printed on Canadian paper. They're going to have to stop printing magazines. Like, it's so backwards and so crazy. Like, the numbers that I've heard that I can't, like, mention on air are like, the companies are facing a bill of, like, it was $5 million. Now it's $150 million in taxes.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even fire your whole company and make that up. Like, it's,
people are going under. That's why I say you're not going to have the money to fight back. It's too late. That's what I was trying to. It's trickle down economics in reverse. It's like you are just, all you're doing is peeing on your own leg. That's all we've been doing for the past 40 years is peeing on our own leg. And now China's like, you know what?
Then you add AI into this, not to make any of this worse, but we are 2 to 3 years away from a country having AGI, which a computer will have the mental computing power of every human brain in existence on Earth. One computer. And the country that gets to that first has a very dominant edge over the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. And so the country that just exterminates the Uyghurs, want it to be them? Well, now you've just taken. That's why the tech people just all got exempted from tariffs. Not only that, but they also donated millions to his inauguration and showed up there. Like, we're on the doorstep of having 50 to 70% unemployment because companies just aren't going to need you anymore. Because there's robots that can do your job. They think smarter than you. They
They're
show
not
up
good
on
on the
time.
roofing. I seen them do the roofing. I won't want no robot on my roof, and they move slow. Give me the Hispanic. I don't want no nigga. I don't want
Get
no white.
better, though.
Here's
That's
what.
what I'm.
But to your point, people have to get in the game. And I know it's frustrating, but we have never been at a more crucial moment in human history. Like, you have to pay attention.
It's too late. And I
Yeah,
hate
it's
to be the one to say that, but it is because it's going to take 30 years to catch up. If you start caring today, if this first generation, like your child that's in your wife right now, they have to care. How many years is it going to take for that child to come of age and to influence the people around? You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We need a whole, it's 30 years. And then in that time, how fast is China going to move? And how much are these other countries going to improve? You think China's not going to help them? Look at the history of our country. That's what I'm trying. People don't seem to understand the history of America fucking the world over to be number one is going to come back and bite you in the ass. And the real Americans, the people who actually love this country, won't give a fuck. And then what are you going to do? You got all these robots replacing the people in your. It's gonna be a revolution, man. And I'm trying to tell y'all.
Well, I've been
This shit
preparing.
not gonna be pretty.
I've been told y'all about the apocalypse that's coming to get your meat and to get your stuff, make your
We're
house.
watching. Have you seen The Last of Us, Pat? The zombie show on Max.
You should watch it. It's really good.
It's really good. We've been
It's
watching it
based
this
off
week.
a video game, but it's really good.
Oh, I'm gonna start. I've been looking for something to watch. So
That and 19, I almost texted you 1923. You'd like that. It's like shoot 'em up, but The Last of Us is really good. And you've said it before. I just kill me.
Be here.
Kill me. I don't want to be a part.
I'm telling you. If you're used to fucking 1990s comfort, you don't want to be here in the fucking
zombie apocalypse. Yeah, the fungus eating your face.
The Walking Dead shit's not gonna be fun.
I don't think no zombies, but it's gonna be a bunch of crazy shit that pop off if we don't.
I just think it's going to be a crazy decade of transition, and who knows what that looks like. It could turn out great. It could turn out awful. But it's going to be the next 10 to 20 years are going to be revolutionary.
I'm saying I wish Americans cared about Americans, but we don't. We care about money. That's all we've ever cared about. And you can't win that way.
Yeah.
Because if your home base is empty, when the fucking enemies show up, you're going to need an ally. And you're fucking trying to take over Canada. We don't why?
Stop. Greenland is what getting me.
It's like we don't need that shit.
He trying to give $10,000 to everybody in Greenland per month, ain't it?
Greenland
is fucking stupid.
Okay, what can America? Okay, yeah, there's a strategic point to it because that shipping lane over the North Atlantic, now that the icebergs are all breaking up, is like key. But the Dutch are our allies. Like, all we have to do is say, hey, Dutch, can you do this? And they've always said yes. That's what the Dutch prime minister put out an Instagram post that was sponsored to Americans. They've been blasting out how have we not been good partners to you? What are you doing? And Canada, it doesn't make any sense, man.
We ain't gonna keep talking about this drowsy and shit. Look, y'all, if you want to go to Belize,
see what I mean? You see what I told you.
She literally said it's boring.
I told you.
What?
No, I'm joking.
We
can go on all day for this. I mean, I don't tell me I don't care. I fucking care.
I know.
But we do have to end this shit.
This podcast, yeah.
Yeah, I do. I fucking care like crazy. I'm just saying, we stuck here in the point where we're not gonna get anywhere. It's good that we do talk about this kind of stuff, and I'm glad that everybody's passionately is different, but ain't shit we can do. We a white boy, a black woman, and a black man just telling how we feel.
A white man. You don't gotta be a white boy.
Oh
yeah. I have 3 children now.
Yeah. But the thing I will say is I'm thinking about doing is going and join some of them fucking marches.
Do it.
They telling the well right
They
now.
told black people to sit your ass down.
Do it.
Told us to sit our ass down. So
Who?
right now,
What?
Our black leaders have been like, yo, let them fight. We tried to tell y'all and they didn't want to hear it. So let white people deal with the consequences of their actions.
They tried to tell who what?
Black people tried to tell white people, don't vote for this motherfucker. We tried to tell y'all they were gonna fucking screw y'all. Y'all didn't want to hear that from us because y'all don't like listening to niggas for whatever reason.
Therefore, you and your brother who voted for this.
Now y'all got to deal with this shit by yourself. Why are people out here marching with us? Why I don't understand.
My brother did not vote for Trump. I talked him out of it.
Well, I'm just saying, y'all white men, so go vote for it. Go march.
I want to make this clear. I understand the white men who voted. I get it. You want your power back. But what you don't understand is you cannot get back what has already passed. It's gone.
It's like arguing for I'm sorry your grandfather got laid off in 1988.
Yeah.
But that job's not coming back.
It's not coming back. The people don't want to do it.
There was a survey.
Even if it did come back, motherfuckers aren't lining up to do. Who wants to go break coal in a mine?
70% of Americans
for $7.25
want those jobs to come back, and only 10% of Americans want to work them.
And they're not gonna pay you shit to do them anyway.
That's the Cato Institute.
So it's like all these fucking things that because I get it, America. You just sold the bill of goods. You've been number one your whole life, but you didn't understand how you got there.
Yeah,
and now
someone understand about the iPhone. If you make it here in America, I think it's $2,500. It's hard to get a motherfucker to finance the $1,100 that they're charging. Can you imagine if it came here and it was 20? I wouldn't buy one, nigga. I would go back to a home phone with a 200 feet cord, and I would ride to the store with my home phone in my hand.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix it. I wish I did.
I wouldn't buy no motherfucking $2,500. Do you know my child just dropped her fucking brand new iPhone at the bottom of the ocean?
No.
Yes, when we was in Belize. I've been waiting on Finding Nemo to call me. Tell me they got that fucking child phone. Oh, pissed the fuck off. She lost her fucking phone. So I'm like, that's it. I'm not buying another one.
Yeah.
And I meant that. But with that said, y'all, don't forget that I've got the hotel information coming this week for the party. So make sure you go online and to misspatcomedy.com and get your tickets for the Fan Fest party and all the other things that we're doing this week, that week.
It's going to be a good time.
I'm sorry. All you got to do is go to misspatcomedy.com. Oh, thank you, Chris. We just finished season 5 of the Miss Pat show, and we're getting ready to go into season 3 of Miss Pat Settles It.
Oh, really?
Dayton, Ohio. I'm with you this weekend. Go and get your tickets. I will be at the Funny Bone the 18th and 19th. Phoenix, Arizona, the 25th and the 26th. I like Phoenix. It's hot. And I get to see my friend Stan Chan. May 2nd through the 3rd, I will be at the West Des Moines Funny Bone. So get your tickets. May 9th through the 11th, which is my anniversary. Cleveland, Ohio. I'll be at Hilarities. Virginia Beach Funny Bone. I love that place. May 16th through the 17th. You can get your tickets, like I said, at misspatcomedy.com. And Tropicana Showroom at Tropicana Atlantic City. I will be at that casino June 20th. For all dates and time, go to misspatcomedy.com and get your tickets, okay?